It's time for Leather Podcast.
It's some sometime with me.
So it's the good lady's birthday. What you get planned? Nothing.
Kids have got stuff on after school, so I didn't cancel.
As long as she's got the dinner made.
Kids have got fucking swimming and hockey, so there's no
hockey,
deal.
like field hockey.
My son plays field hockey.
Right.
Likes it. I know. I don't know. I've never played it in my life before, but he just came home from school one day.
I remember playing it in high school.
You
can hook somebody's leg weight and pull them.
He's quite rough, like. There are a lot of like wee posh kids there, and he just kind of pushes on my boot a bit. And I'm like, he's a bit of rough. Is that all right? I don't know. But aye.
Anytime we played sport in school, we used to just start riots. Is it the same? He's played football, there was effing and jeffing, and then there would be some sort of fisticuffs, and then that would spill out onto 3 days later.
Oh, it's the same, like my son now, they have to have like special areas where like your class gets to play football in this one, your class gets to play football in this one, and it's like every single day they all just merge into each other and it turns into chaos and they start fighting. I'm like, you've got like 3 weeks to break off for the summer. Like, you're going to do that in high school? But
did you ever play like the olders at Fitbit at lunchtime or something?
Aye, P6 versus P7. Aye.
But I done it in high school, so it was like year 3 against year 1 or 2, whatever. But like it would be like hundreds of people because at Taylor High it was like a weird setup outside. It's just like concrete, but like the windies are like goals kind of thing.
The windows are goals,
and it was like fucking. It was like a 50 against 50 or something.
Every kid chasing the ball, kicking each other.
And there was this wee wind trap bit at the main entrance at Taylor High School where it's like it does circles like fucking like trash, leaves and all that. And I remember that time the ball got stuck in there and somebody's ran in and there's like a chip poke with like fucking ketchup and sauce, and it's just like stuck in the guy's face, man. Honestly, he's trying to run and get the ball and all that, but I used to just lump fuck each other.
Right.
It was always the older ones that would like try and bully the younger ones, obviously, you know what I mean?
But then when you get older, you get to do that. Well, do the kids still play trippy uppy?
Just like hacking football?
No, trippy uppy. Like you just trip each other up.
From behind, just clip
when you're not doing anything, just minding your own business.
No, we'd say you want a game of trippy uppy, and then you just start fucking trying to trip each other up. Did you just play trippy uppy?
I don't think
I can remember that.
You can remember trippy uppy?
Aye.
I just sweep people.
So you just start kicking people?
Aye, you just trip each other up.
You want a wee Thai spar,
wait, listen, it's in the name of the game.
I understand, I get where you're coming from, but I just
I'm going to trippy you uppy.
Like anywhere.
There would be rules.
Like, I don't know, is it outside? Is it?
Aye, outside.
Right, it's got to be outside.
Aye, you can do it on concrete if you want.
Aye.
You can do it in the grass. It's a game for all the family. Like Monopoly.
I was at my work on Saturday night and a bunch of young guys were leaving and one of them was like proper staring at me as he's gone out, and I was like, what's this cunt's fucking problem? And he just gets outside a wee bit, turns round, and he goes, mate. I was like, what's that? He goes, ferry on top. It's like Sophie Queen's ferry, like that was like a pure stupid thing cunts used to say. I was like, I've not heard that for about 20 years. I was sure this guy was about to be this, like, he's going to punch me and run off or something.
Right.
So is that the young
become
team,
a statistic?
The young team for Queen's
That was the saying, mate. That was the saying. Ferry on top. So shout out to that wee guy, whoever he is. Oh, I've got a serious one actually. One of our quite a devoted listener, Patreon supporter, Gary O'Farrell. He's won one of the competitions, won 2 of the competitions actually. His missus is going through a wee bit of a health problem, and now I don't want to like say what it is too because I'll get it wrong. But a big shout out to Gary. I know he listens religiously, so
aye, man.
Thinking about you and your missus, and hopefully
all goes well, mate.
Aye,
speed of recovery.
Hopefully. So just thought I'd get that one out there because we are good guys.
Aye,
we like to do our bit.
But
since we smashed the
I know, I was just about to say that.
You're going to feed in. Not bad, eh?
Not bad. 100 Patreon subscribers. Thanks very much. We appreciate it. The content we're putting out, we're pretty proud of.
It'll get better as well.
Aye.
It's authentic.
Aye.
That's the beauty of it, I think. It's no forced.
Aye.
It's just
I think that's what makes a podcast good. It's 3
forcing
guys.
food in you is
that was forced.
Disgusting, mate. My arse was pounded for about 3 days after that.
I didn't eat the rest of the day.
Near
I didn't eat until the next day. Man.
Nah, I was fucked up.
I had bought a salad.
And we still didn't even put a dent.
I know.
Didn't make a dent.
Didn't make a dent.
I don't think I got hot 50% of that.
For him that doesn't know, we done a food eating challenge and it was fucking solid.
Food was good though.
Cunts were writing to me like, oh, that looks easy and all that.
You know, one of the guys in the gym went, that looks easy. Like, I see when you see something in a picture, it looks easier. See when you actually see it up and close.
How bad was it, Grant?
I don't think all three of us together could have ate one of them.
No.
That was how much food there was.
I couldn't even eat one specific portion.
No.
Like that bit of chicken or the chips, I couldn't eat
It
one.
was nice though. I would go back.
See, I'm not a big fan of barbecue wings, but the barbecue sauce is fucking
Aye, they were
banging.
nice.
Boneless as well.
Aye.
I don't eat that chicken on the bone.
It tastes like the KFC one, that. But I didn't like is it the Frank's one? Was that
I like Frank's as well.
was that one of them?
Aye, hot sauce.
The Frank sauce?
Oh, aye.
The hot sauce. Aye.
No, I didn't
It was,
like the one.
mate, it was
They
the
were too
cheese for
sweet,
me.
man.
It was the cheese was just this big lump of fucking cheese. I think the way we should have done it is we should have ate the cheese first where it was still hot.
It was horrible, man.
And it was just
I tried to do the mozzarella sticks.
mate, you'd be like anything.
I know.
It was like a foam roller. That's what that was. The cheese inside it was like a foam roller, man.
Aye, because we'd left it
Put
too
it
long.
under the hammies and all that.
By the time you actually ate it,
It was good.
You
though.
were absolutely pissing.
I was shite at. I'm shite at every challenge we do.
I put one on your plate.
I knew you were up to something, man.
I
I look over and
pretended
you
to.
putting a fucking chicken wing.
I
You ain't gonna notice that, mate.
I pretended, and then I was like, no, Paul's no into the chicken, no into the meat.
No into the meat.
Does not like a mouthful of meat. Nothing worse than a forced mouthful of meat down
So
a cave in Thailand.
I was at a gig on Saturday night, and
Who'd you see?
it was a guy called Ziggy Albert. He's like a folk singer, and I didn't think it was a clientele where the Leathered Boys would be there, because it's obviously folk music. But the amount of people that come up to me and were like, "Bear Jew, love the podcast."
That's quality.
Like I didn't think that was the place. I didn't like.
They were nice people.
Aye, these were upstanding members of the community, and they didn't really fit with your brand of like, yeah, Paul, that little podcast, you know, the stories you tell are fucking hilarious.
Listen to Lewis Capaldi
Me and the boys, when we go play the ruggers, we fucking love it. But aye, they were getting
Ruggers.
some love. We're getting some love.
It's cool.
Getting some love. I was super high as well. Guy invited me backstage, didn't go because I was fucked.
Couldn't they find a way?
No, I could find a way. I just was super high and couldn't do shit. I was
Mate, you're fighting soon.
Aye, high's fine, isn't it?
I don't know, mate.
You're an addict, bro.
I don't know why.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're an addict.
I don't know what you're talking about, mate. I'm just fucking addicted to taking things at night. How does that make me an addict?
Want me to tell you one thing funny?
You were on them last night.
See. Oh,
Grass.
I'll get to Ross's story later, man. But you know what I put on last night? Apart from Tropic Thunder to watch it. I always put music on. I ended up putting Hans Zimmer on.
Why?
I don't know.
It's just epic music.
So
and
it was
it's
like- It was like Interstellar shit.
Aye, Interstellar
So I'm
and
like, right, I
Inception
feel
as well, innit?
But I must have fell asleep and I woke up and it sounded like fucking roadworks. I was like drilling in my ear. I'm like, what the fuck is that? My phone was right here. I don't know what fucking film it was,
So
but
you
it
were-
was like,
you were high.
oh, it was fucked.
So you just fire on the headphones and just space out.
No headphones, just the phone beside me, man.
Aye.
But aye, the Hans Zimmer thing. I don't know where that came from, but it was a trip.
Aye.
So remember the Thai boys that got stuck in a cave?
Aye.
Ross thinks the coach took them down to the cave to Shoutouts.
100%, mate. 100%.
A full football team. The coaches took them in these caves to me, one by one. The other 10, use wait there.
You watch.
You?
That's what he likes. He likes it when they watch. That's why. What was he doing, mate? What was it?
Where's the goalie? Where's the goalie? Yeah, fatty. Oh.
Hey, why is the fat boy the goalkeeper?
He's always
you ever
fat.
seen
I was the goalkeeper, mate.
Fat.
Exactly. You ever seen Mighty Ducks? Party cheeks Goldie.
You're in a lot of trouble for your fat phobic comments online, mate. You hurt a man's
I
feelings,
don't
eh?
give a fuck, man.
You hurt that poor man's feelings.
What man?
That
Feelings
guy
did you
had fuck others, man.
Oh, that guy with the titties?
Aye.
They were a pair of titties, man.
Mate.
I'd have fucked him.
Aye.
Soapy tit wank all day. Like
They actually had-
Did you see his comment back?
Oh, it was mate. It was
Sent
sad.
me a
eh?
paragraph just saying like he's got some disorder.
I felt any tits.
Like
Gynecomastia.
milk fucking.
He doesn't make milk. Fuck off. You're a liar. There's not a chance of me he's making milk.
It's no gyno. It's for sure no. It's for sure no gyno.
He's like a
they're big,
fucking
like-
Bellagio fountains in the house.
But some set of others on the boy, like
He did.
he was, but
He took a piece in
Colonel
mustard.
Oh, Colonel.
Colonel Mustard.
Colonel Mustard. There was some. That's what I was saying to Chris on the car through. There was some KOs on that show. Like there's a couple of boys there who probably shouldn't be fighting people, but these things happen.
That's what happens at local shows.
Aye, somebody
How
gets
is
fucked up.
talking about local shows? How's the Hollytown Havoc shaping up?
Aye, it's good. A lot of good matches. Got some people coming in for Dublin, Chris Fields gyms. Got a couple of guys on it. Guys for Lansdowne, which is like Bristol way. Aye, so
There used to be a Lansdowne in Glasgow.
yeah, Scott Mulgrew's team.
Aye.
So aye, the matches are racking in.
Many fights you looking at?
I don't know. Oh, I did want 12, 6 and 6.
You raffling any mortals?
Could maybe raffle a bird off. A bird in Hollytown, man.
Couple of Thai boys.
Who started £5? Who? Sold £6.
But aye, 12 fights is
aye.
good.
Pro main card, 2 grappling matches as well, so 14 if you're counting the 2 grappling. But
You saying there are no fights like?
I'm a bit doing Mayor because people pull out and stuff for that, but it's looking alright.
What you got now? It's 12 weeks or something? 10 weeks
How many have I got?
till August the 12th. It's about 10 weeks or 11 weeks, eh?
A good whack away. But it's looking alright, man. But I think it's got to be my last one in Hollytown.
Oh, you won't be.
What you
It's
saying?
too small. It's too small. Sold out quick, and plus, I want to get to the stage where I can attract. Like, it's good for amateurs, like great for the amateur experience with the hostile crowd and stuff like that, and
It's important
and
to
intimate like cage and stuff like that. But pros, maybe your first or second pro fight, but like I want to attract people that don't want to come to like a social club, which is good for, as I say, people just starting, but I want a bigger show, maybe hit 1,000 people to start with, and bring in guys or like maybe Europe, or be good records.
Top level show.
Be good records, and you can really, because it is so tight and jam packed, where everybody's there. You see everybody; they're so close to the crowd. It's
We
hard
spoke
to even,
about this before, though.
Yeah,
that
but
type of
this is-
thing, it's a fucking hard place to fight. Fights like that are.
It's good for experience, and it's, as you say, it's hot as well. And, but as I say, I want to bring in big shows, and people don't want to fly or to Scotland to fucking fight in front of like 300 people in a social club. Simple as that. So I don't know. I need to look at venues.
Have you found that a problem?
Next
Like, is
year.
that something that's?
I wouldn't want to do it. Like, if
But you're at a different
Plus-
stage.
I'm part of like a hit squad, so you're trying to get people to fly in to maybe fight your teammates when like, oh, maybe not get the nod here if it goes to the judges, because it is like a hit squad based
That's
show.
true. I never looked at it for that side.
I do get different judges in for like other teams though, so it's not just the judges in for hit squad or that. So I do give and the ref.
But you can see
John
why
Jameson
somebody for abroad would
is a
think they might
Aye,
be.
Of course.
You want me to judge?
Of course. You'll go against everybody.
And you lost. Are the Blethered boys commentating?
He's a commentator, but I'm trying to get him a fight, but if you want to commentate, it's up to you.
I'll
Could
commentate
even
or
fucking-
fight.
Maybe get Jamie Boy in to shoot something or something. Like commentate news.
Aye.
Whatever. But I saw maybe next year I'm looking at maybe going bigger, maybe out of Hollytown, but staying in the Motherwell, Glasgow area probably. Just a thought.
2 shows a year.
I don't know. Maybe just the one till we get the big one sorted and get that in the bag first, and then we can see how it went.
Could always do it, and you could always go back though, eh?
Fit small, fit big.
Aye.
Aye, maybe one small,
Keep it
or
all
a big one.
Or like an amateur show and or like a amateur heavy show, and then like a half and half, like you say. I don't know, it's trial and error. You're still, is there a third show or something?
I'm flying people in again and stuff like that. You need to put them in hotels.
Does it get you excited? Like seeing these guys, like, oh, I'd love to fight him, or this is a fight that would favour me.
So the guys for Lansdowne were brilliant to work with. They've got 3 fighters on it. 4, in fact, the female as well. And it was like, they were just so easy to work with. Like, I was getting them like similar matches. Aye, that's good with me.
See, I think that's the way it should be.
Chris
Similar
Field,
matches.
the Chris Fields one, I had a guy at 3-0. Chris Fields got a guy at 4-1-1.
Sounds
I
about
got this
right.
guy for Dublin, the Chris Fields gym. They're like, aye, that's a good test for my guy. I think he's ready for something like that.
That's it.
Shoot it in, man. I'm like,
See, when you're at 3-0, you should be testing yourself.
especially amateur.
I know, like,
Oh,
it's
3-0
easy.
amateur guy,
Aye.
not 3-0 pro.
Aye. So,
But even
They were brilliant to work
at
with.
even at a 3-0 pro, you're looking to test yourself. If you go 4-0 and you've no fought MD, then what the fuck are you playing at?
It's
Like, trying to protect records, having people fighting bums, there's no need for it, man.
So what I just said to you, right, that's like 3 first-round stoppages in my last 3 fights now.
Just call him out and stop your fucking about. Just call him out and stop being a fucking pussy.
I can't because he's got a fight booked.
Doesn't matter if he's got a fight booked.
No call him out. No one he's got a fight booked.
and the shows where I like putting on bonuses.
I will
so
do it.
So people,
Want to fight?
aye, like,
Want to put on performances?
if you want to get, if you're a submission guy, go out and submit the guy, win a couple and a quid extra, know what I mean? So, the
Because
last-
there isn't a lot of money to be made at the early days of being an amateur or an early day pro. But with that incentive of like, listen, we could double your money. We'll double your money, and it might you can go out and have a good
see with
night.
the pros, though, I gave them the win and the fight and win money.
Good.
So,
Oh, do you?
so I double it if they win. So it gives them a mere incentive.
Look, that's the way-
or I want to fight in this show.
But
Keeps
see, the
it
thing
real
is,
as well.
If you're trying to build a big show, that's the way it should be done. You shouldn't be like, and I know there's shows like PFL, Bellator, all these shows that don't have the bonuses. I know you have the fight and the purse money, but if you've got an incentive to go out there and get an extra 50 G's on top of your money, why would you
I
not?
know. You
Why,
keep
like,
giving, you've got, man.
it's absolutely nothing to you in it. Like as a massive promotion.
It's
And if
tried
you're
and
doing it-
tested
and
as
if you're
well.
doing it, if you're doing it as at a local show level, then people are going to have to put on a
So
performance.
for listeners that don't understand what we're talking about, like in the bigger shows, you would say PFL, UFC, Bellator, you get your show money, which for instance, just say 10 grand. But then if you win,
Making weight money.
but then if you win, you get another 10 grand. So it's like 10 and 10 as they say it. So that is like, I remember the first time I did fight for Bellator and I won. It was, I think it was 10-10 or 12-12. But at backstage, you're like, after you won, I got double money. You're just pure buzzing.
But then in
you've
the
got this
same breath,
cash, know what I mean?
I did the same at UFC,
Aye.
and then after it, you get a wee message saying, "You've just won 50 G's,"
Aye.
and you're like,
Exactly.
"Yeah, fucking
I
done,
didn't
sir."
fire that one yet, man. So,
But it has these are incentives to like
Mine's when Tom Aspinall got his first one. Burst it great.
well,
because like see,
Fucking
the thing
needed
is,
money, mate.
fucking 6 or 7.
we hustle to get to here, and there's not a lot. But see if you're fighting Bellator, UFC, and it's your first couple of fights, you're not making money.
No.
By the time you actually
It's
pay
costing.
it's costing you. By the time you pay off everybody, pay off everything, pay tax, all that kind of shit, you ain't making money.
medicals as well.
Aye.
But how does it feel to read? I think at the time that you fired it on social medias at the time, who got the winner, who won them sometimes, and we'd be like an after party, and like bonus of the night, P. Craig, right, won the 50 grand, get the fucking get the drinks in.
So I remember I had a fair bit of debt. See up to the point in my first UFC fight. Like I was working every fucking day. I was a high school teacher, I'd been doing that for 7 years. And I came to the point of my first fight in the UFC, and it was a last minute.
I mind you were still working, right up until...
I was hustling every single day, and had racked up debt, lawyers, bills, all this shit that goes along with being an adult, and I couldn't afford any of it. And the UFC just came, and that 50G just fucking made everything so much. Like it got to a point where I was like,
That was an armbar as well, wasn't it?
it was, and this needs to work, or the wheels are going to fall off it. And just by thank fuck we got that bonus paid off. All
My sound
debt.
just went...
That jiu-jitsu, bro.
Oh, is that it back?
But
No, gone.
it makes it, and as you're saying, to get to these guys, it's a big thing.
Aye.
It's a big thing, and it shows you appreciate them, because there's people out there who are making a buck off of the fighters, like at this local level, who aren't paying amateurs, who aren't paying pros what they should be getting, and these guys are hustling. And I know, like we know what it's like to hustle. If you're trying to make a living out of this as a actual sport, as a pro,
Fuck aye. Well, I never got any money, really. I got a wee bit of purse, but I had to take days off my work, so that just covered the days I didn't go to work.
I think if you're getting into MMA to be rich, you're
doing the wrong thing.
We're here for glory, man. We're here for glory.
There's only really space, though, in these companies for one big guy. Like, there's only enough space for Conor McGregor to make a lot of money. I know other guys make a lot of money as well and are just probably a bit more discreet about it, but...
Like my man Jim Miller.
Hey.
Another knockout.
He's a machine, eh?
Aye. He's got to be a millionaire, man. He's had about 50 fights in the UFC.
He's got his own gym as well, doesn't he? I'm sure he did. I'm sure he spoke about it. I was listening to him on a podcast.
You keep bringing in the young guns and he just keeps banging them out. I love it. He's my favourite fighter.
He's cool, eh?
Who was he meant to fight? Was it Gordon? Jared Gordon, was it?
I was booked to fight Jared Gordon.
But then
got cancelled.
Cancelled because he had brain trauma.
Oh, does he?
It was concussion. He had a concussion under 6 weeks, and if you've had it for under 6 weeks, you can't fight.
Like in the gym?
Feel that clash of heads with Bobby Green.
Right. And that's why the fight. And he went out.
Fucking hell,
And he went out and said in an interview, "Oh, I had concussion," and then you're like, right, well, you're not having that.
Well, you'll not be fighting me.
Well, thank fuck.
Jim Miller would have beat him.
That's what I'm going to say. Jim Miller would have flatlined him as well. And if you've just had
maybe
just had brain damage, or you've just had a collision like you did with Bobby Green, and then he just sinks into you.
So Jim Miller's want to be on UFC 300 because he was on
100, 200 and 300.
Oh, that'd be good.
That's many.
It's
only 11 away or something.
Give the merit.
Is it 290 is the next one?
Was it 292?
Is it 292 we're up to? So he's not far away, really. You got to get going, Lam, mate. Fucking right.
I think he's what,
when you've had
40 odd UFC fights.
When you've had that many fights, you need to be getting a bit like the gold Rolex situation, eh? You need to be. Come on, look at the guys. Look at them.
Did you see the film?
Shout out to Big Phil, man.
5 years they've been the champion at KSW. Did you see him asking everybody, "Do you want to know the time?" He posted a video the other day.
Seen him with the suit and everything, mate.
He's fucking hilarious.
Aye, saying, say it was like Fisher. He's like, "Do you want to know the time?" Fisher's like, "No," and he's like, "1:15."
That's quality. Sold out stadium as well for KSW.
I seen him next to big over him.
What about your man getting knocked out for the bottom?
I know, just
Wild.
up punches.
Wild.
I always get
Proper like.
seeing the gym when you're sparring with somebody and they start punching you for the bottom. I always get annoyed, man. It's like Anakin Skywalker, like, bro, I've got the higher ground here. Like, you're no winning this, and then you see some fucking juice head just booming somebody for the bottom and the guy's sleeping. But I always find it funny in the gym, like, maybe you're mount, you're just going light and the guy just starts punching you for the bottom. You're just like, just pinning them to like, fucking stop moving.
It's like Neil been in training with you recently.
But it's so stupid. It's like advance your position or like hip escape out anything, but just don't punch for the bottom. You're never going to win it.
I've
and
been
then
in
this guy
gyms.
just knocks somebody out.
I have been in gyms where guys are in a position where they can't move and they're just getting punched out. Should you just allow them to keep punching, or should they stand up?
Maybe for like 5-10 seconds, and either you should stand up or you should move.
I've seen guys taking an absolute bleach
For
in
like
gyms.
5 minutes.
Bomb,
Full
like I'm
round.
talking, taken down within the first minute and just lay and pray, and the guy's just getting pieced up.
I mind you elbowed me in the quad once, and I was like, I was sore as fuck. Just off straight on
So
the quad.
Bungard does a wee heel to you, the one where you hear and you go, and you're like, fucking bastard, do that bad.
It's just so annoying.
Yeah, fucking by you.
I've seen you pin some people doing like in sparring and give them a rough night.
Aye. It's part of it, isn't it?
It's happened to me. I've had it with Phil, actually. I remember Phil taking me down once and just being like, fucking, where am I going here?
Remember Phil
Help me.
told my doctor?
Aye.
It was just before the Jamal Hill fight. We were up doing cage wall work. He came up for us and he grabbed me and tried to fucking throw me. He did throw me, but I tried to sink in and be really tight, and he ended up just tearing my whole adductor. He was that fucking strong.
It's 125
So
kilo
we're
guy.
talking
or
about
something.
Phil DeVries, who's a fighter for Sunderland, but he's the KSW heavyweight world champion right
For
now.
how many years?
Like 5, but he's 7 undefeated. But 5's a champion.
Is that right? 7 undefeated?
So his last fight on the mic, he asked for a Rolex KSW because he was a champion for 5 years. They had a sold out stadium show, 50,000 at the weekend, and Phil
brilliant.
got his Rolex.
Some great fights on it as well. Did you see any of the fights fit? I've only seen highlights, but fucking some brilliant knockouts.
KSW's huge, and
It's massive, mate.
Why does he keep fighting that Maladov, Khalid, to the main event? The guy for Britain. He was in a UFC. What's his name? I think he's like Brad Pickett's gym, tall guy. I'm talking about. He was in the main event against the main event guy for Poland. Is it Khalid Maladov?
No, I'm saying Luke.
Aye.
Luke Barnett.
No. He looks like him. So remember the guy who was main event for all the ACB fights? He's like pure Mohamed Khalidov or something. Yeah. He's like the biggest thing in Europe. Don't know who this is,
and we don't know who he is.
Right. So he fought the British guy in the main event. That's what the main event was.
Khalidov and Askham.
Scott Askham.
Scott Askham, right.
The UFC fighter.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
So this is like the third time they've fought, but your man just keeps smashing them. So it's like.
So why do they keep fighting?
Why is it a trilogy? You keep getting knocked out, man.
Who keeps getting knocked out?
Askham.
Does
He
he?
got punted in the face, but his knee
got punted.
His knee was just off the ground, so it was like legal. Mm-hmm. And he just runs and volleys him. I'll show you after that.
KSW.
But that guy's a
if
beast.
If you're looking for like a crazy mismatch, or you're looking for a big roidy dude fighting a less roidy dude, then KSW's your place to go.
It's mad how they put all the sponsors on him, innit?
Aye,
They just
with
like
the tattoos.
fake tattoo stuff.
Aye.
They do like he's like old school, like the ones you used to like as a kid.
And your man was on it, the Pudanowski.
Aye, got BA.
He got spanked out.
Big Phil was trying to get a fight with him, and they're like,
Probably no
no,
probably no gonna bother now.
we can't have this guy getting hurt.
Remember he was doing the wee videos, no? It was the chopsticks with the fly, you know? It was so funny.
Big Phil,
He's good, eh?
Some guy.
But KSW, fucking fair play to them, like, making money. Paying guys is handing out Rolexes to their champions, so it's kind of what you should be doing.
That's Phil's.
They hate Phil as the champion.
I know, because just
They want a Polish guy, yeah.
They
They want a
brought up the
Polish
light
guy.
heavyweight champion.
I remember it. And he
And
might
he just
minced
smashed
them
twice,
just
maxed him twice.
huds them down and just fucking. And he just doesn't even look like he's ever bothered. He just sort of like walks out, takes them down, fuck yeah, I'm the winner
I
again.
would love to see Phil back in the UFC,
Aye.
just because when he got to the UFC, anyway, he's open about this. He's done podcasts, he's done videos about it, and he was like, my head wasn't in the game. He was riddled with anxiety, all this kind of stuff.
Very early in his career as well, eh?
I know.
He was small as well. Like,
I know he's massive. No man sees fucking.
he got beat off
thighs and ass.
Miocic, I think.
I was
Did he know?
He did get beat off Miocic.
Todd Duffy and Miocic, and then he just smashed Todd Duffy.
Duffy,
there.
I know. So the last time I was down in the gym, he had a pair of Crocs.
Of course.
Right,
He looks.
want to see the fucking size of these things. I had a trainer on, and I put my full foot in it, and it didn't touch the sides. He's like a size 15, and he was like, anytime I go anywhere and if there's a size 15 shoe there, I'll buy it. Doesn't matter what it looks like.
Aye.
So you maybe see him with these like absolute Shannon trainers.
Was he a rugby guy? Was that like his thing before? Like he seems like that type of person.
He drinks every night.
Aye.
Every night.
drinks
He's
every
like,
night.
I train hard and I'll have a couple of beers, and he gets on at the weekend. He's like, I'm like, it works for you, so why would you change
Wee
it?
bum bag, remember him in London?
Aye.
He had my papa's like fisherman jacket on. my Gruber.
He'll be doing in London actually with
Bum bag guy.
Mickey Parkin.
So that's what we've got to say. You said like it'd be good to see him in the UFC. He's obviously training with Tom Aspinall and Mickey the new in that big heavyweight camp they've got in Wigan.
have you seen
They're
that
all
match?
huge.
Fucked up,
What
eh?
about your man? Looks like Aquaman.
See the boy with the guitar? Did you see the one with the guitar one
Aye,
day?
he was
Like guys
playing
in the
like-
gym playing a guitar.
They were playing the Rocky
It's
music.
like
Dun,
10
dun,
heavyweights.
dun, dun.
Fucking mad.
That guy with the tattoos shredded. Like, who the fuck's that
Aye.
guy?
Aye.
But do you know what looks good about it? Like it looks a good laugh. They're no just in like
No, I've seen the picture. That does not look a good laugh.
No,
It
but I
looks
mean
like
when
somebody's-
they're
it looks like somebody's getting their fucking ass pounded.
I didn't doubt it's a fucking tough day in the gym, but they're having a laugh.
One of your fight camps, we actually went down and trained with all the heavyweights. And how was it, Paul? I know.
it's
I joined in
different.
one session. It was like 9 heavyweights and a lightweight. Wow, man.
There was who is it? It's Carol Prince in it. He's got like connections in I want to say
Cameroon.
is it Cameroon?
Cameroon.
And if any of these guys have a little bit of potential,
Wow, man.
they get fucking shipped over to train in Manchester, and these dudes were fucking units. Like just
The Cameroonian guys.
I just rape choking me like. I couldn't do nothing. I was like, "Good dudes."
Everybody was like sweating buckets, and these two guys are just like this, like normal. Not didn't even break sweat once. Man.
Got a hoodie on still.
Like, absolutely fucking.
But
made
they
you
were
work.
there to like fight, weren't they? Like everybody was trying to do technique and stuff like that. And
You were catching the
balls
elbows
to
and
the
everything,
wall,
man.
man.
Oh,
They
really?
were just raw. They were just raw talent. That's all that is, and that's why
It's
they also,
nerves a lot of time as well.
that's why they come over and do a wee bit of the work in these gyms, like working with Prince.
We're the bigger guys.
The EFC fighters.
Remember we had taken down. I don't think they're at that
Oh,
level.
they fought
They're
like
literally
they fought
just.
like in England and stuff like just
Right.
the Almighty shows and stuff like something like
We'd taken down.
Sam.
No,
that. Mark McQueen
Mark McQueen.
and Sam.
So Mark McQueen, obviously, for him that doesn't know, is like an absolute phenom in the world of grappling.
It's a big old boy.
I think he's like heavyweight. He's like
There's a
Some kind of
powerlift,
powerlifting records as
he
well.
was like a junior powerlifting champion. Wasn't he? So he does. He came down to do a bit of grappling with him. But he's an absolute monster, man. He's so like, especially being like I'm the skinniest of guys down there, and like they're all massive, man. And it's an absolute workout for me. Like it's like shifting a fridge yourself. Like,
he's a brute though, isn't he? He's strong.
smart.
He trains in joggies and all, which is my kind of thing, mate. Yeah, guy shows up with joggies on, you know, he's there to put the work in. Know what I mean? These guys jump about the match with socks on. It's my pet hate.
Socks.
Do you know?
Aye,
what I love?
socks on the mat.
The odd sock on the mat
absolutely
from time to
love
time.
training in boots, mate.
Aye,
You do.
wrestling.
Ah, it's fucking good. Good.
You as well.
I like.
I love it. I used to do it in Dublin, but I've never done it in Scotland.
Oh, what a
Sadly,
shame.
sadly.
What a shame. See in the
Well,
winter.
did we do it doing it at Sunderland one time? I think I wore them down there.
Oh, we did, aye. Yeah,
I've
like
got a
boots.
wee pair.
You ever had Big Phil de Vries kick you with a fucking pair of boxing boots on? No. It's no fucking nice. He puts a shin guard there at the top of it as if it's like going to do any difference. And it's just rumps the boot into you.
Stands on your toes.
He's got the Dan Henderson.
No.
It's one, it's that single leg.
It's good with it though. He's built a career off it. So obviously that's not all he's got.
Drags you to the mat and sexually assaults you.
With all his mates for fucking some big gym.
Right.
Ah, good for him though. Fuck it. So he fights in like 4 weeks or something, eh?
Does it?
I think so.
Phil?
Aye. No, am I wrong?
I don't know.
Don't know.
I feel like there was a post saying however many weeks. Could be wrong. Maybe he was meaning that's
Well,
that.
were you like six weeks out for.
I was just going to say maybe that's what it was.
I think it's 6 weeks and Saturday.
Aye.
Am I right? 6 weeks? 6 weeks and Saturday?
To July 22nd.
Flying in.
I
know.
Weight's coming down as
How you
well,
feeling
coming
now?
down nicely. Day was a tough one in the boxing class.
I wasn't
And
there.
like
Sorry.
you're obviously doing your run through game plans, and as I said before, James sees everything and he's like,
I've started to notice
and
more now.
he calls me Paul Craig when he's speaking to me. Right, Paul Craig, get that foot position, Paul Craig. And it's like, I know you're talking to me, mate. I know. You don't need to say Paul Craig.
There's only one Paul, mate.
No, there's another wee guy who's actually really good.
Paul Ali.
Paul Ali. He's tasty.
But when he fucking low kicked me on Monday.
Oh, we were doing it was like jab,
I wasn't
low
going to
kick,
say
jab,
fuck
low
all,
kick,
but it's still sore. The
jab,
now.
low kick, jab, low kick. And he's like, and I'm like, how do you get that quick? And he just goes, bump, bump, and batters it in twice. I'm like, cool. And then he then shows it on you. And he does it once and I could
So
see him. And I was like,
He hit me once and I was like, he's going to do that again. And as soon as his leg came back, I fucking just turned my shin and checked it. I was like, fuck that.
he had shin guards on and everything.
Aye,
He had shinies on.
aye, mate.
Look,
it
see me,
was
see me,
fucking-
Showing you a kick.
it just sore as fuck, eh? And I was just like,
See me, you see him hitting pads or drilling in folk, he's still got it.
it's weird. James.
All right. I
He's
thought you were talking about that wee Paul guy. Sorry.
No, we're talking about Dylan.
Does he ever jump in and spar or anything?
No.
No,
He doesn't.
never.
And I think that must be one of the hardest things to be as a coach, because you've got guys who
He could, like.
Aye, he could, and he definitely could hang with the boys. But you've got, if you're there as a coach, you need to be watching.
You
You
gotta be
can't even
watching,
jump
aye.
in fucking rolling about, and then coming up to you and saying, "Hey, good round there." Like, you see shit. You were fucking lying in the ball, mate, in the face. Elbow that for you,
I seen Dean's got a match.
mate. Dean
On weight already.
Dean
Ready.
is one of the hardest working guys I know. I have to tell him to go home at night. No, go home. No, I was just going to. No, you're going home, mate. Come on, Dean.
Aye.
He's he works so hard. Everything he does when he's hitting pads, or grappling, he gives you 100%. He wants
Can
to.
remember the noises he used to make.
He still makes
Still
them like
does
he's
it.
about to jizz in his pants.
Like Liam Harrison's in the gym hitting pads. Big Dean Harrison.
But
He's good, mate.
he's a cardio machine. He can go all day, and he's got some demons, mate, that he's trying to fucking kill with cardio.
That's what I said. I said, like, I'm sure I was with him on Friday, and I was like, oh, what are you doing this weekend, Dean? Like, a couple of beers night? No, mate, nothing. I was like,
He's off the booze.
aye, because he says that's one.
He's shredded up.
He's
I
like,
can see he's shredded.
one beer and that's me. like I see you
As
next
soon
week.
as it tastes, aye.
just
But
goes
he's,
fucking bonkers.
He works hard, and as I said, we were in boxing this morning, and we done like 10 2-minute rounds, and then finished with some core work, and I was like to him, "I'll rest in the night," because pretty much all the fight team rests on a Wednesday night. He's like, "I think I'm going to come in and do some technique," and I said, "No,
Burn yourself,
rest, mate, rest." And he's like, No, it's just a wee bit of technique. And I says, aye, and then when somebody asks you at the end, do you fancy a roll? And you're like, next thing you know, you're in for 2 hours, you've done an hour of technique plus an hour of rolling because you don't want to go away. And I was like, just leave the night, man, just chill.
But it's as well because he's still working full time. So you're like, fuck, I've got to squeeze as much. And that's how people think, isn't it? Like, I've got to squeeze as much as I can into my 3 days off, 4 days off, 5 days off, because the next 5 days I'm working. So I might struggle. I might only get to one session. I might only get a morning session. It's tough. It's hard to juggle it all. Eh? It's not possible to juggle it all unless you want to have no money, like you just said there. So fuck, like, I don't need to tell you, you know how it is. Good for him.
Gotta hustle.
I think he'll be fine.
I should be fine. Here's hoping, man, 'cause I like the kids.
It's that BMF show, eh? EMF.
What does that stand for?
Don't know.
Bad mofo.
Hope no. Some copyright infringement there. Do you like the BMF title?
No, because I don't like who's fighting for it now.
What?
Like, I want a guy like Masvidal.
I've seen who his
And
new
Diaz.
sparring partner is. So, well, I'm not going to say who covered it. Another Scottish MMA podcast who never mentioned us for some reason.
Who?
Like Chris Duncan was sparring with Dustin Poirier yesterday.
Was he sparring me or was he just got a picture of him?
They had sparring gloves. Well, they had 7-ounce gloves on. So I don't know.
Aye, but Dustin can have a picture of you. That's it.
I know.
Like,
I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm just
Do
saying.
you not like Del DP?
No, as an actual fucking.
I think he's a bad motherfucker.
But is he in the streets and the sheets? Bad motherfucker, like Big George.
I'd say so. Well, maybe not like George, but
That's what I mean.
He's retired, not me.
like, see me think George and
Nate.
I think Gaethje and Poirier for that belt, even though the belt's a fucking lot of nonsense.
Still a
It's
belt.
probably a good fight for it. Two of them are.
I mean,
always
it's
a
an
good
amazing
fight.
No, it's an amazing
Good fight.
But are they the guys that you're like, fuck, meeting him out on a night out?
No,
No.
but they're
Like, see
savages,
if you're like, I was out on a night out with the Diaz brothers and shit went sideways.
you'd
You'd be expecting that, wouldn't you? If you're
Mm.
like, I was out with Dustin
Poirier's
Poirier
trying
and
to-
shit went sideways, you'd be like, no, it didn't.
try to sell his hot sauce.
Aye, like,
We
what?
went for a lovely
Did you
meal.
do some charity work? Yeah, we did some charity work and fuck, got crazy,
But I think-
raised a couple of £1,000.
I think if the shit kicked off though, your man's in about it.
Aye, if shit kicks off, but
Dustin.
when you're the Diaz brothers,
Your
shit's kicking off because you've done shit.
You're kicking a shit off.
I don't know.
Like, here's the thing, have you seen
Gaethje, isn't he?
Gaethje choke him out in the street, flatline them, like face plant? No. Diaz, aye. Big George, have you seen him busting people up? Their guys are bad motherfuckers.
Thug life.
Aye. Are we going to see The Rock back?
Hope so,
The
mate.
belt is a lot of shit, to be fair.
Would you take it? See if they say, listen, Chris, we know you're a bad motherfucker. We heard about you in the bush.
What was it? Wonderboy Thompson, the nicest MFer.
Would you fight for that?
Of course you would.
Aye, you
Of course
would.
you would.
You would.
Of course you would.
You're like, listen, we're going to get you some other bad motherfucker. You and Jim Miller.
Aye.
I see. Like, yes, we'd take that.
That's probably a better shout
But
for
the
it.
concept of the belt is stupid though.
Legendary motherfucker.
It's proper, like, Bellator fucking wrestling shit.
Aye,
isn't it?
like you can't fight for the title, so we've made a fake title
Aye.
for you.
That's a fan favourite. You're a fan favourite.
You used to get more fights like that though. But do you think it's just because of everything that's happened? And they're kind of waiting.
The UFC have to put on so many title fights in so many places, so they have deals. So
With
be
ESPN, isn't it?
Aye, so they'll be like, right, you're going to get 10 title fights this year, and then it's like, right, Izzy, can you fight? No, can you fight? Islam Makhachev, can you fight? No, you can't fight. So like, bad motherfucking bells coming out. Yay!
Oliveira fighting this weekend, against Dariush.
Is it happening?
Aye, sure it's this weekend. Conor McGregor sending Dariush voice notes. Did you hear them?
Is he?
Just giving him a views. He keeps it. I love how he just makes these voice notes and then puts them out and just fucking slagging cunts off. Dear.
It was one at the
McGregor's some
weekend.
boy, isn't he?
There's one at the weekend.
On who?
I think there's one every week.
The UFC at the weekend, though.
Oh, that
The Jim Miller card.
Oliveira is this weekend.
Who was the main event?
Never
the
been wrong.
weekend?
Nunez is the main.
This weekend's Nunez, main event.
Oliveira's
Who's Nunez fighting?
Aldana, Irene Aldana.
Some lassie.
Aye, let's pretend like we know.
Aldana.
Sure, liquor license.
Hey, what a film. Big Denzel. I watched that film a couple weeks ago.
Pena, but it cancelled.
That's right.
Why? Just did. Pena couldn't be arsed. Can't be arsed. No gone.
Can't
No
be
gone.
ball.
I think I'll put it out there. I think Dariush has got to beat Oliveira.
You think so?
Aye.
Oh,
Grappling?
why? I hope no.
I think he'll be born.
Aye.
I think so.
I think the UFC want him winning.
No, definitely not.
Why the fuck is Big Jan Blachowicz getting so much shit now? So he's fighting Pereira, and everybody's just talking like Pereira's just going to beat Jan and then fight Jamal Hill. As if Jan didn't already fucking pagger, is he? Nobody's, like, everybody just forgot. Like, mate, he was knocking cunts fucking deed. What he did to Dominic Reyes and...
Who did he fight recently? With the low kick? It was...
Magomed Ankalaev.
The low kicks were fucking lethal, man.
He should have got the nod for that, yeah.
You think so?
Aye.
No, mate. If you've taken somebody down and they can't do anything about it,
Why did
you're the issue with the judging at the moment in the UFC.
Aye, but the low kicks should have counted for more. Magomed was hopping about on one leg.
Right, he might have been hopping about in one leg, but regardless of what happened the last few rounds, if there had been another 10 rounds, how would that have
All
been?
right, sorry, I give that. But there wasn't. There was only 5.
Aye, right. But he literally should have done that right off the bat.
All right.
It's...
But I think the calf kick should score higher. Like it.
I know they forced Ankalaev to take him down and lay and tap him, and
Probably 10-8 on the last round, wasn't it? Go on, Chris.
He should have fucking went for the kill in the legs.
Aye.
He was fucked and then he still didn't attack the leg and then he got Celtic down several times, so it's his own fault.
So you think a draw's all right?
Aye.
Fuck Magomed, mate.
I just wanted to the leg was fucked. Just butcher the leg, man.
Aye.
Fucking
I just think,
kick.
I don't know, I feel like
sweep the leg, man.
judges a lot of the time, they didn't give a fuck about the calf kick. Unless it actually stops some
What happened
cunt.
with Carcara France? Is it Carcara France?
Kai Kara France got knocked out. No, he didn't get knocked out.
Did he
Lost a
did
decision.
the judges fuck it or something?
I don't know, I didn't watch the main event, but that was the main event.
Aye.
Did-
Was that
Was there
that
issues
top?
with the judges? I'm sure it was.
Aye.
Is there? I don't know.
Aye.
I'm sure there was. I'm sure that was the outcome.
Aye,
They were
apparently
like,
he got robbed.
Oh, I saw his post. He's like, because he said like, everyone
Cost
knows.
him $100,000.
Aye, everyone knows what happened, but oh well.
I'm sure there was issues with the judges, and like the UFC don't really give a fuck about it because they're like,
What can they do?
I like, it's a guy's opinion in it.
Aye.
What are you going to say? Oh, you better change your opinion, wee man. So it's like it's up to the guys at the side.
I like
And
Kai
then you
Kara
can be
France
like,
as
right,
well.
these guys don't know shit, but they do. Like they've been judging for years.
It's
tough.
I don't know about that. Some of them,
Just pull them in off the street.
some of them are like, it's like a dominant round and they get to the other guy and you're just like,
Suspicious
what do you
ones
see there?
It's a pines in it.
Aye. Some of them are questionable.
You think about control over damage. What's more important?
Well,
Like,
what do you
if you're-
prefer though? That's
Aye,
what it
if I'm-
comes down to.
If I'm a jiu-jitsu guy, I'm going to score
I
control.
think if you're controlling
But if
them,
you're a damage guy, so you're going to control damage.
But it's the same
if you're
thing.
controlling the guy in the bottom, isn't he actually doing anything? Like he's not trying to go up or he's not trying to land strikes.
So
You're
when
losing.
when I fought
Definitely losing.
Shogun Hua, he didn't do anything, but I was on the bottom and I was punching and I was.
You
But he
were
just
active.
held it, and that lost me the round. And I understand that. I'm like, right, he controlled me to stop me from getting up or doing anything. He didn't do anything, but I couldn't do anything.
But
And I
that's
was
why
still
he
trying to
can't
push him.
move. But the thing is, if you're But for us watching that, when you're sitting guard open, feet on his hips, I know that if Shogun fucking puts his arm in the wrong place, it's probably going to lead to a triangle, and he knows it as well. So he's kind of in a position where he's like, I can't fucking go anywhere, because if I take a risk, there's a good chance I'm going to get swept or submitted, or definitely end up in a bad position. So I'm just going to hold the position I'm in. And that's where I think judges get things wrong. But then is that just because we go, but I know Paul and I train with him, and I know that when he gets to this position, he's going to look to do this. It's fucking hard, because it's still just a human.
Aye, so after the fight, they stuck stuff up on Twitter, not being happy with the judges. And then Adesanya was tweeting about it and that as well.
That's his mate, though.
Aye, so he tweeted the scorecards out, basically calling the refs out, and they're now saying he could drop out the UFC like top 15 rankings and all that. But he was basically calling him out for they're robbing him of moments of glory and money, and
that's what it comes down to. If you're fighting for money, or you're
Prize
fighting,
fighter,
if you're fighting to get up and become a title contender.
He beat Cody Garbrandt, Kai Kara France, didn't he? Sure he did.
I
Had
don't
a
know.
few fights with the champ, though, didn't he? Moreno.
Aye, he's good.
Aye.
He's very good.
I don't know shit about him.
He fucking deadlifts like 4 times his weight or some shit like that for like a wee. He's a flyweight.
He's Adesanya's teammate.
Aye.
Aye, so yeah. Well,
Speaking of Adesanya, see you get a new sponsorship.
who did Adesanya? What
Prime.
did he really?
Him and Volk. The two of them have been sponsored by Prime. One of the Logan brothers, the nicer one of the two of them.
Older one.
Logan.
What one?
Logan.
Paul?
Logan Paul.
Logan went away over, and I seen Izzy triangling him.
Aye, they were wrestling and stuff like
They
that.
were doing a wee bit of, but they started sponsoring him.
Did you see him in the airport? Put his phone up, and then it was behind him. It was like fucking 10 people in the queue behind him. It was Alex Pereira.
That was brilliant, man.
It was funny as fuck. Eh? Aye, they
a
were
bit of fun,
going to do a talk at a school or something. Is that not what it was? He's training with Sean Strickland this week. Have you seen that?
I have seen that.
Fucking like Sean.
What about Sean Strickland sitting
Deshaun.
sitting down with Rose and fucking Pat Barry, and he's just like, so what age was she? You know?
What is the score here, Pat?
So they lost. It was on a bus on the way to their fight, and they lost the fight, and Rose blamed Sean.
Blame Sean Strickland for losing the fight.
Interaction.
He's just.
I seen him on. I seen him talking to Brendan Schaub
Aye.
about your dad needing to.
That's what I just said to you, didn't I?
No,
talking about
your
Is
dad
that-
needs to hit you.
a
No,
drunk-
because you're
a drunken beatdown.
A drunken beatdown.
Sean's like,
He seems
I agree. I told
He
it.
seems to be on the Schmo a lot. The Schmo likes him, eh? The Schmo's always with Sean Strickland.
Bait him.
He's good.
He loves all the bait him.
Aye, you know what? It's part of good.
It's
and
clearly
it's obviously one side, and
Just loves to spar, I think, doesn't he? Just loves to fight. Stand in front of you and just trade.
But even that, I've seen him with some sparring videos. Like, it's not as horrendous as people make it out to be.
I think just pressure. He's
He's just quite there a lot. Aye, it's
Punch,
not,
punch.
he's definitely not hitting as hard as he could, and you didn't see him kicking people as hard as he could for sure.
but then see when it comes to sparring in the gym, and if somebody's just walking you down and you're punching, at what point do you need to actually sit into a punch to stop him becoming
To make him stop coming.
boom,
Aye.
and then drop him, because that pressure will change if there's an intent to actually hurt you there.
Quite respect you.
And then it goes up.
Aye.
And then it's what does he come back with? Aye.
And then the next thing you've got cut eyebrows and it's fucking game day.
I know. I'm going to come in to spar on Friday. Sparring Friday night.
Oh yes,
I'll be there.
Friday night sparring, big gloves.
Is it big? Good. Thank fuck. Get battered off
Big
some young
gloves
guys.
Friday, and then it's Super Sunday.
Aye.
I done a Muay Thai class last night with Michael Blair. Just because of my back issues, obviously I was nice and light, just some combos and that. But the best bit, the last bit of the class, what do you think it is?
Spar him.
No. A Stevie Houston special.
Body shots.
Yes. So Michael's. So I went with like a newer guy, but he's good striker. And it's just like Michael's like, I'm going to do put the big gloves on, just like a minute each, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, so you always go with the guys hitting first has got to set the bar.
Aye.
But I'm with a young guy who's kind of new to it, and obviously know what hit me hard. Right, so I was like, right, I'll go first. So I can.
So you set the pace.
Aye. So obviously you need to stand with the hands above the head. But
It's the worst thing ever.
no, I mean, I was cut on angles. He was taking good at the start, and
You
then
doing
I
the
was
wee
like,
feints where you kid on you're going to goes, and then as he exhales, boom.
aye, switching left, right. Then I was going nice and light, and just solid jabs and stuff like that. Then I was expecting it back, and it was just like he was hitting some good shots here, but I was like, no, give me a minute.
Sternum shots.
Aye, they were nice, man. And that's a favourite bit of me. I was like,
I hate it. It's the worst
so
bit.
we've done 3 rounds each, so a minute. Got to the point, the boy couldn't take it. Feel like a pure bully, man, but it's the best bit.
How is old Stevie boy?
He's good, man.
Staying out of trouble?
Stevie Houston.
Stevie
Who's talking about?
Stevie Houston? Thai coach?
Aye, is that what you said there?
Aye, was that not who you were talking about?
No.
I thought you were.
I thought you were.
So Stevie Houston
No,
special,
it
but
was
it was
a-
Michael's class.
Ah, right, it was Michael's class, right,
I
right.
understand.
But you finished Stevie Houston style, right?
Aye.
I get you.
Right,
But he is doing alright. I done his class like a good few weeks ago. He comes in every second Wednesday.
Good.
He's a cool guy.
He's
I
looking
like him.
great. Obviously, he's just beat cancer and stuff like that. So
Of course he did.
Stevie Houston's like
Legend.
a legend in the
Yes.
world of Thai.
Muay Thai.
He was a big part of my development in the world of Thai boxing.
Aye.
So he's.
I think every Muay Thai coach you know is a psycho.
Oh, aye, they need
There's
Like-
something wrong with him, eh?
I've trained with 3, and they've all had the same.
And they three are probably all pals.
Aye,
So,
they
like,
all know each other.
Who's the 3?
Stevie, Alec,
And
who are pals.
Carol Cannon, Faye Dublin, and honestly, they're all the same.
You've got to
They're all the
you've got to
same.
give props. Stevie
They're
and
just psychos, man.
Alex are
They want
they're
to
the
see-
two I've trained with, but Alex is some coach.
Mate, and living out in Thailand back at that time as well, when it was just a fucking.
They want to see when
Toilet's
you
a hole in
fight.
the floor.
They want to see the guys get gas in there. They're like they've got your back, but they want to see you like viciously hurt somebody.
Do you know what I loved about Stevie
Win.
Houston's? So Michael's Thai fight.
Aye.
Stevie Houston's in the corner, still
Gone
going
mental,
mental. mate.
animated, aye.
Think how many cunts he's seen knocked out, knocked down, punched about, kicked about, and he still fucking loves it. Eh? Like that's a different level of man who came here to see violence. Like, he just-
What about when he brings you in to demonstrate, Paul?
Oh mate, you're taking a serious.
Aye.
He doesn't tell you what he's going to do, and he'll just blammo you.
And then
Next thing you
just laugh at it. Oh, sorry. Like,
No, he
fucking
does.
do it all the time, you know what's going.
He's a cool guy.
But aye, legend, man.
good.
By the wee body shots, it's good to be.
You still
work
spar
out
the Friday night? Friday night for you?
Monday and Fridays, just MMA sparring. But aye, no, saw I trained last night, it was alright. And the heat is good as well, innit? Like, you feel better when you train.
I know.
Even when you're sore, but I feel like if you're just sitting in the house and you don't train, it's worse. Go out and get even a wee light session in. It's better than doing nothing.
Have you started doing any conditioning?
No really. I done a chest workout the other day and it was like
That's what I was
just
asking.
dumbbells and stuff.
I'd seen you
dumbbells
do.
and stuff
I saw the wee one hanging off you, and you were.
Of
Of course,
How
mate.
good? How good's it spending time?
Aye. She's probably new, man, but she's just fucking. She's lightning. She can just run right up the stair and just into everything. Take her out the gym, take her upstairs, take her out a walk. She just grab only the next thing. But
That
It's
gym's a
brilliant, man.
godsend, mate, because
It's
you can just block half
aye,
that
it's
day
like a soft play for her.
and then just fire, and they're like, hey.
Yeah, no,
You know, she's
that's
like
cool.
with her plectrum. She knows what
I see
to go
that.
down the guitar and she hears the music and she's loving it. But it's been good, man. It's been good. But I need to fight, man. I miss fighting. I need like a fight planned.
As soon as you said there,
For structure.
Aye.
I started a diet.
I've tightened up the diet.
How long did that last?
No, I'm
Still
still
on
going
it?
good. But it's only 3 days. But I was just eating like a slob. But I'd love to have a fight planned. But see, with this injury, I just don't want to do it.
a lot on with Hollytown Havoc as well.
Aye.
That's a big commitment.
I know. They take care of itself, to be fair. I mean, last time me and him were in Vegas and we came
That's
home-
right. Remember,
we came home,
remember you were wanting to stay an extra day? And I
we
was
came
like,
home right to Halt and Havoc.
I was like, no.
Oh, really?
I need to get him.
I was at my tits. Just fucking... Aye, let's run a show, man. But
We were, was that we spent the day at the pool party, wasn't it?
remember the mad gig? Aye, so no, they take care of itself. Like on the day, obviously it's a bit stressful. With people getting maybe weighed in or the doctors. Some people fail medicals and stuff like that. But
You had that?
I'll have like
You
aye,
had somebody feeling medical?
aye, their heart was too high.
That's a
Heart rate was too high.
fucker, eh?
But guys like Sean Callahan and Andy Cameron, they usually do like the running. Like, so they help Stu, the MC. He helps a lot as well. Like and through the cage wise, he runs it. So I'd just let anybody talk to him if you want to know, and I just kind of make sure everything else is all right, and that's it really.
Oversee it.
The fights take care of themselves. Everybody goes out, performs, and that's it really.
You got the bull on it.
Aye, he's fighting for the lightweight title.
We speak about that before.
See, the Bull
think
should
so.
be fighting for the BMF title.
He is a BMF.
Right. He's the guy that will fight you in the octagon and beef your ass outside.
He listens to man, so he'll love that.
He may or may not do that.
Yeah, 100% does that.
I'll break some news though. He's got a bird.
He's got a bod.
He's got a bird now. Aye.
Good on you guys, a boy.
Good for him.
I'm mad to him.
Shagger.
Sorry guys for just fucking spilling your fucking
So, aye.
news out there.
Remember,
so
he was,
what were you up to
remember he
tonight?
was in stretching that lassie?
I says when you're up to the night and he's like, probably need to tidy the house. I'm like, alright. So you're
Any particular reason for that?
You're tidying the gaff now because you've got fucking a bit of strange coming round.
Aye.
So he ended up saying, I've ended up buying a plant. He's got a plant for the house. I'm like,
Set the
beautiful.
rules.
so in the gym I was like, don't tell anybody that, mate. So
He was stretching a lassie that you knew.
Stretching.
no, my bird knew.
Aye,
My
but-
bird's pub.
Aye, but
Beautiful
See the
use of the
boyfriend
word.
actually?
Aye. Sorry guys, she also had a man, I think. Aye.
Not like our fucking boyfriend's going to do anything.
And the,
I
and
know.
the bull was going
Gary
to
will
just
get-
fucking.
The bull will just
Gary would take it to him.
bounce them through. He'll shag everyone. He'll go full war machine.
Oh, is this your boyfriend?
Aye.
Gary-
Had him
You
doing.
just made the list.
Gary's got the same son as me, and he always puts up videos.
The spunk furnace.
Aye. we got this spunk on this, so
Because he's just in that fucking thing, just beating that meat, tastes red raw.
can't wait for hot and hard. Sorry, guys. So you better shag it a bird in the sauna, man. Get it filmed. See, in Titanic, we're like, it's just like
Yeah, it comes up.
condensation. It's gas like that.
And it's just jizz all out the window. Eastern European.
So Gary's fighting for the featherweight belt against Adam Stevenson's guy who fought in the last show as well. He's been training in Thailand for the last year. So
Gary
it should-
fights the fights,
so
man.
it should be a good one. Should be a good scrap. He's fought hundreds of weights as well. Like 66, 68, 69, 70, 77,
What's he fighting at?
78. This one's featherweight 66.
Good. Has he got any ambitions of going pro anytime soon? Because he's had that. He's had some fucking fights as an amateur.
I think, obviously, I think he still needs a couple more. He did take a lot of losses in a row there.
He fights. He
Some
goes the
close
full
losses.
distance, man.
I was just going to say that.
He's had more amateur fights than me. I think he's
A lot of rounds.
7-6-2 or something. His record is. It's mental.
But see,
Aye, he's
the
had
thing
2 draws, eh? Aye. And there's other
is,
fights
he
that
turns up to fight.
could have went either way. I remember, did we not go corner him once and he just fucking...
Slammed
had
the
a
guy
f-
in his head.
Oh, fuck, I nearly killed a cunt. But then I'm sure he had one we went to that he could have got the nod and he didn't, and it's kind of... I think he's had a few fights like that, to be fair to him. But he's got a lot of rounds under his belt and like a lot of fights that have went the
He
distance.
is probably one of my main training partners because he's always there and he'll never say no to a round. So I do. It's
like 15
I do
amateur
appreciate
fights.
his time, like through the years as well. Know what I mean? So
Respect.
hopefully he puts in a couple of wee wins and then goes pro. Because after you have like about 15, 16 amateur fights, you should know by then if you're ready to go pro.
How many amateurs did you have?
13.
Did you? What about you?
4.
I don't think I had many.
Couldn't he get fights?
something?
Couldn't he get fights?
I struggled.
That was the problem.
Back
You,
in the day, it was different back in the day, man.
Are you want a fight? Want to give you anything? Yeah.
Do I want a fight?
Aye.
I'm up for a fight.
I'm just poking at this bear again.
Aye.
Aye. Who you want to fight?
I can't do it before July. I can't do
How
it when
can
he's
you
got
not
a
do it
fight
before
cause.
July?
Right, tell me how I can.
All you see is I want to fight this guy. This guy's been calling me out.
He's not called me. I'm leading it. See, you see what you've done here?
Look at you. Look at
He's
you.
not
getting
called
on.
me out.
Right.
If he calls
So
me
how
out,
do you know he wants to fight you?
he doesn't. People are trying to push him into a fight with me.
Just say the guy will obviously know who he is.
I know who he is. I've already said that. I've said it.
Shite bag.
I'm not a shite bag.
No, I'm saying he is.
He is.
He's a shite bag.
He'll not fight. He'll not do it. Chris, will he do it?
I don't know, mate. I don't know what's in his brain.
I'm going to say nothing. It's fucking full of washers.
What do you think? You think he'll do it?
I can't see why. You know my thoughts,
I know.
but I can't see why he wouldn't. I can't see why, if there's a fight there, he wouldn't take it.
If he says my name, he can have it. There you go.
Say my name.
Say my name
and you fucking
go ahead.
get it.
Say my name, you can have it, buddy.
You'll catch these fucking hands.
Aye. Well, he'll get dragged into the flame and strangled, but I'll probably not punch him much.
Catch his paws, man.
Exactly.
Captain stabbing.
But aye, if he says it, he can have it. It's no bother.
Could I like it, man?
You want some?
I'll give it you.
The Wilson Rider, man.
Aye.
Hey, boys, I need a piss.
Just piss yourself.
Recently, I don't know how to start this, but recently I was in an accident and I had nowhere to go. Nobody was willing to support me. Nobody was willing to get me back on the road. Do you know how much of my claim I got?
But was it
Nothing.
your fault?
It was not my fault, and I get nothing. Chris, what can I do?
Well, I'll tell you what you can do. You can get in contact with G4 Claims. Because why?
Something about non-fault claims.
They give you 100% of your claim back.
Well, I get fuck all.
Well, there you go. You went to the wrong guy. So, G4 Claims, but how would you get in contact with them, Ross?
You should have called them, Chris.
And have you got a phone number there?
You should have called them on 01698 767 172 or website www.notatfault.com.
G4 claims.
The link is in the description.
So, mental what's been happening in the world?
Just Celtic lost a manager. I was quite gutted about that. But
What about let's talk about football. We're playing in a charity match, haven't we, kid?
aye, I know the teams,
A
mate.
lot of people are
You know
talking
the
about
teams?
this
Are we-
already,
are we
by
in
the
the
way.
same team?
We're not on the same team, mate.
gonna
We're
fucking
against each
snap
other. Me and Owen Coyle are up front. They've put us in the same team.
Shite
They've
bags.
put us in the same team, man.
Oh, friend.
No.
Think he has to be in the same team because he shot it.
Aye, maybe.
Said to me, he would do you like?
Are you?
You're in the team with Grado and Stephen.
No, I'm not invited, Paul.
Oh,
No.
that's a fucking shit team straight off the bat.
Jester's in my team.
Right, Jester's pish.
Aye.
I remember
he's
him playing.
you're playing left mid, and he's at where in the park is left mid? It's at the left hand side of midfield, and everybody's buckle. He's like, no, I'm being deadly serious. And I'm like, I know you are, man.
He's a good guy. You fancy play?
I can only play in goals as a fat boy.
I'm sure
Mind.
they'll be happy with you in goals.
I'll play in goals, like.
And Toll get a game, mate. I'm sure you can get a game out in the field.
What does that mean?
Toll come running on, headered somebody and went off.
I can't.
Aye. Oh, aye, I'll play when? Like on Saturday or that?
It's a few weeks away, mate. We'll
I think
hit
it's
you
the
up.
end of the month. It's Airdrie Stadium.
It's a good
But
day
it's
out,
like
man.
celebrity versus like the old Airdrie legends or something like they call it, innit?
Aye.
Legends against.
I played there a couple of times, that Airdrie Stadium, when I was a kid. A couple of cup finals and stuff. Mine used to get to go and do cup finals there and things like that.
They just got promoted. Did we
Aye.
speak about that? We did, didn't we?
They shut up. They go.
Are you an Airdrie fan?
No, I'm a Hamilton fan, and they fucking relegated us. So I'm sitting just being relegated, and then I'm looking at Instagram, and there's you posting, "I well done Airdrie and all that great stuff."
I watched it in the. It was an exciting game of football.
I've never liked Hamilton, to be fair.
My daughter's friends are the managers as the uncle.
Airdrie?
No,
Hamilton?
John Rankin.
John Rankin used to play with Hibs, didn't he?
Why are they called the
You're a Hibs fan?
No.
You're a Hibs fan.
No.
What's that?
Hamilton used to always beat Hearts.
They changed their stadium name to is it Fountain of Youth? Or
We're
some
now
shit?
the ZLX Stadium, but it's just like sponsorship things. We just keep changing.
Can he
I
beat
think Airdrie's was
Douglas
like
is
a,
the best.
No.
it used to be the penny cab.
Livingston
So
Stadium.
they just sell the rights to it, and I think it's like maybe
Tony
CrossFit.
Macaroni.
something.
Tony
It's
Macaroni
like a
Arena.
CrossFit Arena or something like that.
Tony Macaroni Arena.
So there's somebody always comes on onto your chats. His name's Liam, and always
Liam
says,
Allison for Retro Video Club. Good Hibs boy. That's all he ever writes.
He always says he's
Every
you're a
day.
good Hibs boy.
Every day. Put up a picture of my son. 2 good Hibs boys there. Can he post a picture? Good Hibs boy. Big shout out to Liam Allison of the Retro Video Club. Some singer.
Great brand.
Aye.
He's a frontman as well.
Aye, last time they were at Liquid Rooms, I was fucking so I was working it. So I'm like, oh, quality, I get to go down and see it. Some fucking daft lassie decides to OD right at the front. Have to sit.
Inconsiderate arsehole.
Inconsiderate cow. Had to go and sit with her in the medical room while she fucking puked up foam. Missed the whole thing.
Did you throw her a bang?
It was jizz. It was
You throw her a
it was
bang?
jizz.
Had to just sit there with this fucking cabbage.
Did you post a picture in the chat? Was it yesterday?
With the wee guy
boy?
getting his t-shirt
Did you see this wee
stolen.
guy?
Got his t-shirt.
Somebody stole my t-shirt, man.
Aye.
It was
They-
tits.
do you know they stole his passport as well?
How? Like 1 minute. How does he lose his
Took
t-shirt?
it off him, mate. Skis it.
So they
Just went, all right, mate, geez your t-shirt.
fair dude.
And he just went, please don't hurt me. And then came and grassed them up.
Did you get the t-shirt back?
I got his t-shirt back, yeah. No, we had to give him one out of lost property.
Did you get a good one?
No, you did get a good one. You get a big fucking, they get put into a bin bag at the end, right? Because you find t-shirts and stuff on the floor, they just get put in a bin bag and they're all minging and sweaty. Have that, buddy.
Poor
Enjoy
guy.
enjoy your walk home.
One experience.
I know, what a time to be a young man in Edinburgh. So, but aye, that was him. We're done.
Nobody got bummed in.
Nobody got bummed. Terrible
I'm sure
weekend.
somebody get bummed.
That alley's just gone to waste, man.
We have to queue people up doing it now. So it's a bit early on in the night. There's a queue there. It's no ideal for bumming cunts.
Go and tell us the story of your at the weekend.
Oh, somebody won a t-shirt. Aye, mate,
is
listen
quite
to this. This is fucking quite funny. So I'm standing at the door, posted the picture of Bum Alley at 10:20.
Bum alley.
You,
I'm going to get a piss. You just
all right,
have heard the story.
you've heard the story. So I'm standing there, there's a queue of people, IDing people, cunts are getting knocked back, folk arguing with us, never, and then just like this lassie appears, like a wee lassie, child. And I was like, what the fuck? Why is there a child here? And I was like, and before I've gone to see anything, like a woman's appeared beside her. And I was like, is everything all right? Because this is not a place where you would expect to see. You're expecting, like, what the fuck's going on? And the woman just goes, I'm here for the t-shirt. So did you see I'd put the competition up for the... And so what they were doing was driving along all the wee alleyways and lanes in the Cowgate, stopping the car, getting the wee lassie to run up them to check. And that's how they fucking found me. It was quite a good way of doing it, to be fair.
Dangerous way of doing it as well, man.
Met the family, met the mum, dad, and the daughter.
Family photo.
I mean, I got a picture with them. It was fucking cool. I was like, that was a good way to do it. To be a couple of young cunts came down after, like, we're here for the t-shirts. Like, well, fuck yous. Somebody else won it who's like a nice normal person. Oh, you degenerate swedgeheads. So
Did they actually though?
that was purely all they had. So they were just driving along the Cow, and it's just all wee alleys and lanes all the way. And they were just stopping, sending the wee one to run up and find, like, so she's obviously run up. Oh, I see her. Boom, got it. So Kayla, that's the name.
Yep.
So well done, Kayla, winning
done,
the t-shirt. And we're going to do another wee Patreon giveaway for the walkout t-shirt.
Yep.
So
Who won at the weekend in the main event? Good man.
Oh, no, but my walkout t-shirt as well. But that same
sorry, I thought you
guy,
were talking
the
about
same
the
one you're
UFC
talking
one.
about, the UFC one that we got last weekend. He won at the
He was in
weekend.
the he was in the main event.
We for the Patreon viewers, subscribers, we did an unboxing of the UFC box.
Where has that got? That's going out on the Patreon. That video. Are you?
I think
Are you putting that out?
aye, that'll
Unboxing
be like a
Because everybody wants to see your face when you.
don't.
It's like
So anyway,
It's like, why did it have to be me?
I was been laughing at him.
so we done an unboxing of, like, it's a UFC. What would you call it? Like a loot box. And it'll be like a
mystery box.
Aye, it'll be like a special content. Like I think what was the video we did recently? We did like an extra video.
The food.
No.
Breakdown.
Nah, that's
Escape
all part,
room.
Nah, that's all part of the. But we done another video on top of that.
The fight companion.
Nah, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Don't give a fuck. Anyway, we did a loot box. I don't know what I'm fucking talking about.
I don't think we did, mate.
I'm pretty sure we did. I'm pretty sure we gave a special video just for Patreon subscribers. Go and check that. I'm 100% sure we did an extra
The
video.
fight. My fight.
Aye, get it up. I knew there was some
Aye,
extra.
where's my fight? Aye,
good shout, man.
aye, you're right.
Well, it's
You're
right
right,
there.
you're
Aye,
right.
aye. So there's an extra video coming, and it'll be the loot
I just
box.
thought it was a video I was sitting talking or something, didn't I?
No, it's an
Sure,
extra.
my
So it'll be a loot box, us unveiling it, and the kit that's in it will be given to the Patreon subscribers as well. So as well as them getting the t-shirt, we're going to. There's posters.
That
There's
Poy had
programs.
pictures of fucker. It's a good one.
Is it Poirier? No.
Poirier could be.
Is it?
It's a good one.
I don't know. I don't think it's Poirier. I think it's Gaethje.
Oh, is it Gaethje?
No, it's Poirier.
I thought it was.
Is it?
It's one Abu Dhabi.
But wait till you see what you get, and cheers for just wasting it.
Aye, I was going to say
Cheers for wasting it. So that'll go out on the Patreon, and then we'll do a competition when we hit like 200 subscribers. In fact, you know what? We'll do one for 100. We've got the kit there. We might as well do one for 100 because we've got 100 right now. And I think the next month's video is going to be the food challenge. And then it'll be one of your guys' breakdowns. So for the
why my arm triangle was wrong. Why it did not work.
And then we've got another thing we've got another concept or another video in the working at the moment. And it's probably going to be leathered on tour. Something like that.
Oh, it's so good. I'm looking forward to that.
And that's going to be pretty cool, man. So we've got some like for the Patreon right now. You're getting some good stuff.
For a tenner, it's better than Netflix, for sure. It's better than your OnlyFans subscriptions, you simps. It's for all you simps out there.
But aye, so there will be more stuff.
You simping? You got an OnlyFans subscription? Truthfully. Have you ever subscribed to an OnlyFans?
Not under an email that I use. I've got fake emails and fake names, maybe. But
mate, what a shame.
Ben Patterson does not have an OnlyFans.
It's all free on Reddit. It's all free on Reddit, mate.
Know.
You're handing over money to these fucking scumbags, mate. Sorry, girls who OnlyFans. You get your money, baby. Boss bitch. Slags.
Did one of them hurt you? What's the issue? What's going on here?
Ross, who dressed up and went cockeyed and stuck their tongue out for you?
Who?
You tell me. Somebody's hurt you?
Somebody? I wish somebody would do that.
Dressed up as Kung Lee at Street Fighter or some shit like that.
Fucking, no, what was the other one? The one with the mad hair. Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
That's what you're looking for.
Is that the one you want?
I know. And choke her the fuck out.
I can't wait till we...
Can that be this week's?
See after we show like the Leather Boys breakdown, we show the submissions. That's like week 20. Hi, we're here to discuss. I'm going to break down the donkey punch. Right, so Ross, if you get on all fours,
mind that film, Donkey Punch.
Bring some down to my gym and just stretch fucking
Donkey Punch them.
Nah, there is some good content out there.
Inverted pile driver today.
Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Oh,
Take 2.
special guest, Big Hairy.
I'm sure we can sort that out.
But we have got a few things lined up that are pretty good. And as I said earlier, I'm pretty proud of the stuff we're putting out.
Aye.
Some other podcasts wanting to smoke as well, eh?
Who's this?
APATs.
Oh.
Tampax.
How did they say?
They're raging you said that,
What did
mate.
they say?
What are they going to do?
The toe?
That's fair.
They've got 2.5 guys there.
So,
What did they say?
they were upset that Paul had got the name wrong, called them Tampax, not APATs.
Well, there's a new fucking team in the house.
They're all like, Grado was like, aye, they won't dent you at all, they'll smash us.
Don't pick on me, the big fat guy. That's what he said.
Brilliant, man.
Probably right, but aye.
Another great podcast, to be fair.
Aye, there's some good ones about.
Guys, but we need to go against them in something, maybe like a pub quiz or something.
I think that's what
free
we're
on
talking
free.
about.
Go against Riley's gaff in an
free.
edible eating contest.
Do they do the edibles?
I think they do everything.
An
I
edible
think they do
eating
everything, mate. I've just got into Riley's gaff. I'm a bit old for it, to be honest, I think. Like, they're young guys talking about the sesh.
like
I'm a bit out. I mean, I'm not trying to shag the cunts.
You take them cave diving?
I will. If that's where it has to go. But
And it's Ross versus the guys.
the Riley's gaff. But aye,
Try and see how long you can take this in for. I call it deep fried.
deep fried is good, mate. The deep fried ones are good. Aye, so
Deep throat or deep fried?
I've been listening to them when I'm driving about in the motor. It's all right. It's a lot. I heard the young guys at Liquid Rooms talking about Riley's gaff. You heard of the Riley's gaff? No.
The young Jamie invited us on to do it, but I don't have the time. Just wait.
Life.
Training.
Life. Aye.
I will go on.
trying to just fucking get on and have a bit of ket with the boys. Seem like the lads for it. So
So that's this week's podcast.
some week,